Morning from Splash Landings with this lunatic. Yeah, so if you saw a couple of weeks ago, I was in the main hotel. Today I am in Splash Landings for a couple of nights. So let me take you inside. Well, I'm actually going to go back to last night because I turned up last night. We'll check in and we'll show you the rooms and what's included. Let's get inside. Right, I've turned up. First thing is to check in. I've got my email here. So in this machine, I'm just going to say pick up my key. And then it's going to ask me to scan it. That's me. Confirm. Yep, I agree. Oh, I need to pay a deposit. Hold on a second. Get the old card out. Beep. Right, that's a £5 security deposit. Excellent. Glad I'm not still filming because there's my email address. Your room is ready. I'll have 2 keys, please. One key. It's not the fast. Oh, there we go. There's the second key. Now you're going to tell me what room I'm in? Yep, room 1251. Okay, let's go. Let me give you a guided tour of the room. Now, I turned up last night quite late, 10:30. So, 2 kids and a not wife have done their thing in the room. So anyway, right, you come in and there is the bit for coats. Now I noticed this in the last room I was in, so there's an ironing board, great. But there's also a travel cot. And I don't know if that's just always there. Like usually you have to ask for that, so maybe that'll be there. There is a socket down there, probably for the iron. Right, here is our room. Now, one thing I pointed out in the last hotel is sockets. And they have 2 here. There's a USB socket at the bottom of that one. And there's one up here. And then they've got a multi-plug behind the telly. But I also brought my own because, well, there's never enough plugs in these places. And as I said before, there's none beside the bed. Which I do find odd. Surely most people charge stuff. Anyway, so there is the bed, little bedside units. Bunk beds. It says here that the top bed should not be used by anybody under the age of 6. Okie dokie. There's me. Hello. And then I've managed to luck out and get a nice view of the water park. Now, I actually thought it was the indoor one when I turned up last night because it was all lit up and I couldn't really see. But turns out it's the outdoor one. And then you have the bathroom, which you can tell I'm staying here with females. Hello again. It's kind of reasonably themed. There's this, this is the beachcomber room. This particular room, the drains don't work very well, so that's not ideal. There are some other themed rooms. They cost more. So this is kind of the basic room. I kind of briefly showed there's a telly. It's free view, nothing fancy in there. It was quite warm when we came in, but again, like the last hotel I was in, there is a giant fan, so you can cool it down. All in all, fairly basic. Beds, reasonable. Not the most comfortable bed I've ever slept in. Not the worst either. So, there's that. But yeah, there's a whistle-stop tour of the room. And now I am going to go and catch up with my family and have some breakfast. Right, one of the things that you get included in this is your breakfast. Now, your dinner is not, but let me just show you what breakfast includes. They've got all the sort of pastry stuff, some little muffins. You've obviously got your usual toast section with those really slow toasters that take about 6 weeks. Your sausage, your bacon, hash browns, beans, mushrooms, tomatoes, loads of egg options, some more of the same pancakes, and then some fruit. Now, last time I was here, I screwed this one up. So they have coffee, although it's not fancy machines, because apparently there was a problem with them. No idea. Tea does exist, tea is here. And then you've got your kind of fruit juices and stuff. So reasonably good selection. It's very busy in here. So I'm going to go and grab a plate and stuff my face. Right, as I said, breakfast is included, but dinner is not. So there's the times. Breakfast is from 7:15 till 10. You do need to book it. Don't do what I did, because I booked Sunday twice. Yeah, I'm not the smartest. They do have dinner, but dinner is not included, and there are the prices. So, kind of expensive. You do get Merlin annual pass discount, which I've used in there before. So if you are an annual pass holder, you can save a few pennies. But yeah, there's the food offerings. So if you're staying in the hotel, well, I mean, like anybody else, you need to get to the park. There is the monorail. Almost never ready in the morning though, which is a bit frustrating. But there's also a dedicated entrance for hotel guests, which brings you in at Galactica Nemesis end of the park. You will need to show that you have a reservation. You're not just going to rock up there and go, hi, and they'll let you in. That's not how this works. So we're going to use that entrance just now, but I'm also going to go past something else that's included in the stay, so we'll talk about that in a second. Right, so one of the things that is included is the Adventure Golf. You get the 9 holes. You can use it on any day of your stay. I think it will be dated the day you turn up. But yeah, you can use it at any point. Let me just show you the holes, in case you didn't see the last video. It's like a little bit out of date here, but so we've got Hex, we've got Rita, Oblivion, Jewel, that's a little bit of a throwback, the Rapids, Cuckoo Cars, Nemesis, the Flume, and Galactica. It is pretty well themed in there. As I say, it's included with your stay. If the weather's bad, you ain't getting in because it gets waterlogged and then you just can't use it. But feel free to use it now. In terms of other things that are included, I just checked at the desk because, you know, I'm staying in the water hotel and only at certain times of the year is the water park included. So right now when I'm here, it ain't included. You have to pay extra for it, which I find that a little strange. You would think that would be included all year round with staying in that hotel, but it isn't. Anyway, I'm going to show you the entrance, the hotel entrance, and some other stuff. Right, so we go in this gate here, down by Galactica. I'm going to have to show, as I said, confirmation that I have stayed in the hotel. And then my park tickets, they're not the same thing. And then in we go. So one of the things that you might get, depending on the time of year you come, is that the hotels do sometimes get early access to the park. And when they have it, it includes Nemesis over there, and I'm pretty sure Galactica as well. It's not on right now, I'm at the start of the season. It's another one of those seasonal things, a bit like the water park. But check your ticket and see what it says. You may get access to the park a little early, and yeah, get to skip some queues before they start. So the other thing that's in here is a little shop. So this is me just walking in, reception, and there's all those check-in things. And then right here is a shop. Now let me have a wee look inside the shop. So it's going to sell your juice, crisps, a bit like the one in the main hotel. It's got a little bit of merch and some random stuff that is not merch. And then the pick and mix. This is some merch, here's some merch, and big fluffy stuff. And then more sugar. So very similar to the shop over in the other hotel. And again, if you've got an annual pass, you get some money off. So I need some juice and some sugar, so I'm going to do that. One thing, just, I mean, this will probably vary throughout the year, but just for a sort of comparison, I paid £360 for 2 nights. Now, there's 4 of us here, so that works out at £45 per person per night, which, if you look at it that way, is pretty damn cheap. But obviously, if I'd just been here with my partner, it would have been the same price. So, yeah. And as I say, they do have themed rooms that cost more. I don't know what the price on those is, but again, it will vary throughout the year. Right, end of the trip, you've got to get rid of these guys. And just here beside the thingy-me-bob. Oh, it's fine now. You've just got the express checkout thing here. So you just go plop, plop, job done. Now, check-in is 10 o'clock. No, 3 o'clock. Checkout is 10 o'clock. You can pay for early check-in and late checkout. It's 50 quid and you only get 2 extra hours. So for early check-in, it's not that early. And for late checkout, it's not that late. But it is pretty damn expensive. So just bear that in mind when you're coming. Parking. It is obviously, well, maybe not obviously, it is included. So when you get here, you head, if you're coming into the park, you'll see a bit that says all hotels this way or theme park a different way. Obviously go to the hotels. You can, I think I've said this in the previous video, if you'd prefer, you can go and park in the theme park if you're here and going in for the day. And then when you exit the car park, obviously you normally need a ticket, but if you show them your hotel reservations, they will let you out. So if you prefer, you can go and park over at the theme park and then come over here later on Or obviously you can just start here and then go to the theme park, which is what we did. But yeah, basically you head towards it. It's very well signposted for the various different accommodations, whether it's the main hotel, Splash Landing, the Woodland Lodges, all that kind of stuff. So free parking included. Happy days. Well, that wraps up my stay at Splash Landings. Hopefully you found that useful in terms of what is included and what isn't. If you are alternatively staying at the main Alton Towers Hotel, I'll put another video up there. Go watch that one. I've been Chris, you've been watching Coaster Dad. See you in the next one. Adios.